Live. Welcome to the Daily Bone Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We discuss all things crypto market, including majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and of course, meme coins and NFTs. Today, we are going to discuss the cruise trip to Singapore and the takeaways from Breakpoint, the red hot meme coin market seemingly set off by Mudang, the adorable pygmy hippo in Thailand that has taken the world and social media by storm. And then last but not least, we're going to clarify the fake news circulating around the FTX creditor repayment. Before I move on, how's everybody doing? How's the past 2 weeks been?
Feels great. Welcome back. I enjoyed hosting, but it feels awesome to have you back in the fold. I love it. I had a lot of FOMO watching you guys out there, getting to go to Breakpoint, seeing you at some of the parties. It looked like it was a great time.
Yeah, we missed you, Pio. We missed you, man. So much has happened. But look, good to have you back on the podcast. Hope to get some of the old gang as well back this week because I want to hear what's been going on. How was we saw the fashion from Tokyo, we saw the food from Tokyo, we saw Solana Breakpoint. We've seen so much. What have you been doing these past weeks? Because the people want to know. I want to know.
Absolutely. Well, some notes from Breakpoint. It was obviously very cool. It's in Singapore, so it's quite far. But it was interesting. I mean, look, it's a developer heavy conference. I guess next year it's going to be in Abu Dhabi, another far location. But the Solana audience really turns out, and Token 2049 compared to Breakpoint, I don't know. It feels like Token 2049 is a lot broader. There were some interesting moments there. But Solana Breakpoint, this is my third one. It does still have a family feel in many ways, but with some really high-end production and some big stages and, a lot of people that are really passionate about Solana and passionate about technology. Yeah, that's me wearing Clemente's thrifted top coat that he was very excited about. Clemente bought some cool clothes while I wear my Japanese fit, which was those two shirts that I'm wearing right there. The shopping in Tokyo, I mean, Japan is just insane when it comes to food and the clothes and stuff like that, completely insane. If you go to Japan, actually just bring a few $1,000 and have your suitcase be empty because the clothing situation is completely bonkers. Nick obviously went to Gucci and literally bought a multi-$1,000 Gucci jacket. So that was interesting and funny.
Wait. He flew all the way to Japan and he ended up buying Gucci in Japan.
Basically, yeah. So that's what happened.
Only Nick would go all the way to Japan and then end up buying basically what is an Italian brand over there. But I have to say, the one thing about a lot of the designer brands in Japan is the European designer brands in Japan is they have stuff that you just can't get in Europe or in the US. People buy stuff, which is just okay, I've never seen this before. So maybe that Gucci jumper, I don't know, but maybe you can't find it in Europe or the US. So I can't knock him for shopping at Gucci 100% while he's in Tokyo. But the shopping looked awesome.
Yeah, I think because of the yen, that was the advantage of buying it at Gucci in Japan. Although I don't know about Gucci pricing, for example. I will say the store was insanely fancy. It looked like something out of a Wes Anderson movie. It would be a good place to shoot something for sure. I think Nick might have been the most recognized individual at the conference. I mean, obviously you can say Anatoly, one of the founders and creators of Solana is obviously a really big draw, but just walking with Nick at the Breakpoint conference, you really couldn't get too far without people running up, telling him that they see him all over Twitter. They wanted a picture with him, things like that. So that was definitely an interesting experience. He might actually have been the #1 sort of influencer in terms of recognition at Breakpoint. But it was a great time. I mean, look, the food, I love the food so much in Asia and in Singapore, right? You're getting Malaysian food, which is obviously phenomenal. I was treated like I had special needs in one of the restaurants where I was the only gringo. I was the only non-Asian person at a Malaysian restaurant. And they basically just treated me like I could only handle the the beef rendang or the chicken curry, like I guess the two like white people approved dishes, but I graciously accepted and enjoyed the food. Japan's food's crazy. The Italian food in Japan is bonkers. I didn't know that was a thing going in, but people started telling me that. The Japanese, what I understand about the culture now, having done this trip, is that it's not about like making money. It's not like a capitalistic society in Japan, but rather it's a skills development society, which apparently I haven't seen this Dreams of Sushi Euro or Yoshi, I forget what the name is, Dreams of Sushi documentary, that, the amount of care that goes into the development of sushi and the different crafts in Japan, they don't play. And the same deal is the case at the Italian restaurants. Went with this gentleman, Elon Derrick. He's actually an artist. He's a photographer, sells NFTs. I hit him up on Twitter, and he took me and Nick to an Italian restaurant that's Michelin starred. Every single person working in this restaurant was Japanese. So it's only Japanese people making this stuff. And they made the best Italian food that I've ever had outside of Italy, second to none. So it was pretty crazy. It's a cool culture. It's a cool trip.
It's funny because I was talking to my Japanese friend on Saturday because I just happened to be in Paris, and I went to the airport restroom, as you want to call it. And I go in and I'm just like, why isn't there a toilet seat on the toilet? I thought that was really weird. So I ended up posting this to my friends in the group chat, and my Japanese friend, who I don't know why, but she happened to have this video on hand and took a video of a public Japanese toilet. So here's me with no toilet seat, and I'm just got question marks above my head. She takes a video, and this public toilet, okay, first of all, door fully closed, no gap. Okay, that's the basics. They've got that. Toilet seat, that's there as well, fully brimmed. Then there's bird songs happening in there. There's a lovely, not a horrible smell, but this smells lovely being released in there. All the options to basically wipe your behind in any way, shower, bidet, toilet roll, all in. It's fully optioned out toilet space. So if you're really large, it's not uncomfortable. If you're really skinny, it's not uncomfortable. It was the most insane toilet I saw. And I know this is going to be a really sort of weird analogy coming off the back of Pio's the food is second to none outside of Italy, but it really is. The way the Japanese do everything, it's it's at its best. And even the toilets come above expectations when you're coming from at least Europe, in my opinion, where you don't even get a toilet seat in some cases.
Yeah, they really don't play with all tech. I mean, it's this really interesting mix of ultra modern, ultra technologically forward, and ultra traditional, even way more traditional than Italy. It's actually not even close. Where, the bowing, and me and Nick left one lunch that we had, and the guy got on his knees and did a forehead to the ground bow in this incredibly peaceful, silent restaurant. I was like, this is just straight up a lot, dude. I can't do this right now. But yeah, the toilet situation is out of control, where every single toilet in the whole country is a smart toilet, pretty much, which I don't even know how to use. And there's an episode of South Park about the Japanese toilets or whatever, because I'm sure the founders of the South Park creators went to Japan at some point and got a big kick out of it. It was crazy. Some funny moments were me and Nick were having lunch one day, and I went to take a sip of sake out of the little bowl, because that's how you drink sake. And as soon as I put it in my mouth, my body told me something's wrong. And it turned out that I had taken a sip of soy sauce out of the little bowl. I grabbed the wrong little bowl. So I quickly bent over and spit it back into the thing and just tried to act like nothing happened. And I just see Nick out of the corner of my eye. Nick's just kind of looking at me and he just goes, "Did you just drink that soy sauce?" And I was just like, "No." And he just starts laughing his ass off. I think he enjoyed that moment. That was pretty funny. I'm trying to think of other funny highlights. I don't know. There was a lot of different stuff that went down. It was an interesting trip. I'm so jet lagged right now. It's actually a problem. It's out of control. I don't remember being this jet lagged the last time I went to Asia, the only other time I went. But what
time is it for you? For you right now, what time is it?
Well, if you add 13 hours, it's 10:15 p.m. The problem is I just can't sleep longer than 3 to 5 hours at most at a time right now. It's out of control. I woke up at 1:30 a.m. last night. It was really bad. Yeah, I've been training a lot just to try to get it back. I was a vegetable at my first training session on the way back.
Hey, look crisp here. Look crisp here.
This was the better of the two sessions for sure. But what was I going to say? Like yesterday I went over to my friend's house because I was like, dude, if I stay at home, I'm going to fall asleep on my couch. And I end up like nodding off a couple times on his couch. And I look at the clock and it's 6 p.m. And it's like, I was like, dude, I have to make it to 10 p.m. I can't like do this right now. I can't fall asleep here. And then out of nowhere, I wake up on his couch. I just wake up and it's 9:45 p.m. And I just go to him. I was like, did I just fall asleep here for 3 hours? He's just like, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool, thanks. Well, I'm gonna go home. So it was like bad. It hasn't been great. I've been up since I slept later today, woke up at 4:15. So that's where we're at right now.
Ouch, man.
Yeah.
That's
at least
harsh.
it's peaceful in the morning. Part of waking up early I like is that it's peaceful and there's not much going on. But yeah,
Exercise is the way to get over it, though. Exercise is the way. Just going slow, and just keep doing what you're trying to do, and just fight the sleep until the usual bedtime. You'll be back on soon, Pierre. You'll be back to the usual Eastern time standard. Just give it a couple more days. But by the way, just one thing: I wouldn't do the hit stuff though. I would do the gentle exercise, because otherwise you're gonna come out and you're gonna be just like, oh, I've been in a ring for too long. And then, it's double whammy. But good to have you back, Pio. Should we get into this weather report?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's cook.
Yeah, let's cook on this. It's Monday, folks. Let's get into September the 30th, sorry. Looking at the crypto roundup, the majors, they're down. I thought it was October, but it's not. We're still in September. Majors are down, with Bitcoin just under 64K, Ethereum at $2,600, and Solana at $156. The leading coin among the top 100, it's Athena's ENA token, which is up 12% to a 761 million market cap. Over the weekend, top 3 stories. Well, firstly, the false rumors that they've been circulating regarding a potential FTX repayment today. Distributions, in fact, are not expected until later this year, or in fact, the first half of 2025. So if you've been waiting for that money, you might have to wait until next year, with the next distribution hearing taking place on October the 7th for the FTX repayment. Next up, secondly, it's Eigenlayer, the Eigenlayer token transferability unlock. It's today. Thanks for that word, Ray. Eigenlayer is an Ethereum-based staking protocol, and the token will be listed today on Binance. And then lastly, finally, crypto's ETFs, they finished with the best week since June. So that summer lull is over. We've got the best week ever, as Bitcoin funds saw over 1 billion of weekly inflows, and Ethereum finally recorded 24 million in inflows. So maybe that ETF won't get cut. It's their first positive week since early August. That is all for the weather report. It is back to you folks in the studio.
Fantastic weather report, Signal. Yeah, I've been posting Bitcoin charts to see if people like, if my audience, which, like most of our audiences, which is more focused on like the kind of further on the risk curve side of crypto and meme coins and NFTs and things like that, if there's any interest there. I'm not detecting a ton of interest, but it's been fun to just kind of put that stuff out there. Essentially, we're looking down the barrel of October, and we're looking down the barrel of of the election wrapping up, and then obviously Bitcoin taking off. Easy's here in time for a little conversation about buying the best meme coin with the time horizon, the whole duration of this show. So Ray, you're going to buy what you think is the best meme coin
just
here?
for this show. So just for this show.
Let's go.
Yep, just for the show. Yeah, so we did this last week. We had a little fun. We bought the Zoo token and the Meow token last week, beginning of the show. Cash them out shortly, like at the end, right after. We made about $30 on half a soul investment. So we're gonna run it back. We're gonna go to Pump Vision on
buy
Bullet.
a meme coin.
Yeah.
Just for the length of this show.
Smoking chicken.
Yikes.
Rude.
No. We don't want any more smoking chicken. There was Cock and a Sock, which did pretty good. That's up to 144K.
Let's take a look at that.
That was because Fish and a Condom ran to $1 million yesterday. Oh yeah, that chart's up only. Yeah, these are quality names, by the way. So just a little bit of alpha for you guys, by the way. I'm going to see Mudang tomorrow.
Love that.
So I'll be at the zoo. My only intent, though, is to figure out the names of all the other animals at the same zoo. I'm way more interested in those ones. Way more interested. They have
Everyone's
higher
gonna
risk
have you on notifications.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be sharing the animals. I'll be like, hey guys, this is, and it'll be like a spotted gecko with the name. Like I'll happily share the information. I'll be ready. All right, so let's take a look here. Don't buy Cock and a Sock here. Actually, that might be the one just for this show. So for the next 40 minutes,
Yeah, we've retraced a bit here, so we're not top buying.
Yeah, buy this. Cock in the sock. Cock in the sock is the pick. That's the pick.
That was quick.
That's the pick.
Yeah, cock in the sock. That's the pick.
I mean, it's a good name. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just listening, we have the chart pulled up here on BullX for cock in a sock. Interesting angle. Clear. Oh, wow. That actually makes a lot more sense.
Chicken and
it's
a sock.
chicken. Yeah, exactly.
We had a lot of luck with the other chicken. What was the backpack chicken, or was it backpack chicken? No, backpack monkey
chicken
and
with drip.
Chicken with
drip.
Chicken with drip.
I believe that was on Pumped Off Fun, and we pushed it to Radium at the time, which was quite the spectacle. But so, what's the market cap right now of cock in a sock?
135K.
Yeah, attractive market cap right there.
It's not too low because it's like post Radium is the thing. So like it is ahead of Radium, which is good. It's still at a place where it's not too expensive. Like you're sitting here at 145 now. So I mean, like send this thing to 200 by the end of the show. I'll be content, you know?
Cock in the sock, 50% gain.
Love it. All right. So that's the pick today. We're going to revisit this at the end of the show. We're going to do a little meme coin Monday too. So we'll take a look at this and we'll jump back in the BullX for that. But yeah, that was an easy, quick pickup. I like where we're sitting here. We had to do a little bit of digging last week to find the winners, but I'm with you. This one seemed like it's pretty much like a no-brainer if there was such a thing. Anything else you're looking at here?
And people in the audience can leave their comments on what they think the best pick is. Easy, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's not too much else I'm looking for, like meme coin wise. Like the last few days have just been like pretty aggressive names of stuff have ran. Yesterday, Pia would have liked this one. The first cat on Bitcoin ran yesterday. That ran to like 2 mil before pushing back to like 600K. It's been we had an emoji meta for like 12 hours. I don't know. I like this, like seeing fish in a condom run the way it did was why I was like, yeah, cock in a sock might have some legs. Like the names are funny and they're unique. Like, yeah, you can buy Mu Duong, who's Mudang's cousin, or Mu Duang, who's Mudang's other cousin, or Mudang. Like I'm just kind of tired of those. And to be honest, I don't want to touch Mudang because everyone just cyberbullied me for 2 days when I said that the top was in, like 12 hours early on the top being in. So I don't know. I'm good on that stupid thing. And tomorrow I'm going to make sure I see that beautiful, cute little hippo and make sure the top's in.
We also bought Mudang on the show last week when we did this little segment. And we're up. Yeah.
What market cap?
What market cap? 125 million?
No, sorry, 115 million.
Okay, so
good.
Not exactly early. I mean, it was still a 2.5x. But how fast was the rise of this coin? So I was trying to think back. Yeah, I was trying to think back to when because I actually really enjoyed the actual meme right away. I think maybe it was one of the gentlemen from Barstool, Big Cat, Dan Katz, that posted something that was like, thinking of Mudang, and I started getting a kick out of the Mudang hippo. I'm a big fan of animals. I've actually maybe posted some hippo content on Twitter before because I have a pit bull, and they say that a pit bull is like a land hippo or something, and so there are comparisons.
Your pit bull does look like Mudang. It does look like Mudang. I'll give you that. Now that I'm thinking about this, all right, can you just post a good front picture so we can launch Moo Dog today? Like
Moo
just
Dog.
It's your dog picture.
It's a good
one
name for a meme coin. I think that's at least 100K right there. If it's not 100K,
minimum.
What are we talking about? But like, when did Mudang go from? Yeah, there's Sapphire, but that's not. We need the Mudang front shot. When did Mudang go from like from 50K to like crazy numbers, like to 500K?
Well, look at this chart. So Dev sold it. If you actually want to zoom in, if you want to zoom into like the hourly chart, and we can scroll back kind of far, just because like I think this is the most interesting part about this chart is like when you really break down what run this thing has been on, it's like insane. Like it's actually insane. Like look at this. So you had truthfully 6 days to accumulate this under 10 mil, which is pretty wild. In the first 2 days,
still 10 million, still a lot.
I know. So even go back to the 11th. The thing was, this thing kind of cooked like immediately, which was tough. Like I don't like buying pump funds that are over like 100K. Like I love the massive gambles. Like I'm an absolute degenerate about that. But you look there, like that breakout on the 11th at 6 p.m. the same day it launched, ran up after 14 hours from 150K to 700K. broke back down to just like 300, and then it's been up only. Truthfully, like up only.
What date did you just reference? Because real quick, I'm on Dan Katz's Twitter profile,
The
and
11th. The
11th. So I'm recounting memes. So on the 17th. So okay, the 17th is late as hell, right?
Yeah,
That's
extremely late.
Still-
So on the
still
17th,
not bad.
no, dude, the 17th you're buying it at. Yeah, I mean, you still have a 10x in it, right? Or 100x. Sorry, 100x, which is crazy.
100x still?
3 to 300.
30x.
No,
Isn't 3 to 300,
300. 100. That's 100x.
We're at 7 million.
It went to $370 million.
Right. So
That's-
7 to 300.
Okay, on the 17th. Sorry, I'm a couple days before you here. No, because 12 p.m. on the 16th. Yeah. So this chart is just nuts. By the way, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It ran to 370 after the SNL skit, after a couple of those other things, and since it's like, I'm not surprised. I think this reaches $1 billion. Plain and
Still-
simple. I'm putting it out there. I still think this reaches $1 billion. People love the hippo.
Yeah.
And the fact is, it's a meme so viral outside of the space that if Coinbase lists this, retail will buy this. They'll feel like they now have a part of this. Like that's the
actually a
thing.
good thesis right there. Yeah, I think the 17th, 18th when I was fully on Moodang. So it's not like I was on it early.
Easy.
Yeah,
What made
but
you call the top on this 12 hours ago?
No, 2 days. 2 days ago.
Sorry, 2 days ago. What made you call the top?
Yeah, I
on
called
this?
the top at like 260, 280. So it still ran up 50% from where I said I think the top is in. Just look at the chart. It just goes literally vertical. When a chart goes vertical, it has to have some sell pressure at some point, unless Binance listed it. If Binance listed it, it would have literally one-shot candled to $1 billion. Like that would have just sent it. But
So
like,
no pump fund token's been listed on Binance yet, right?
no. Is WIF on Binance?
WIF's not pump fund.
Yes, it was.
Really?
Dog with hat is pump fund.
Wow.
Go to pump fund. Go to pump.fund and filter by highest market cap.
It's Moodang.
WIF
is
was
the
a pump
highest market cap.
I'm like 99% sure WIF was a pump fund, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. WIF
telling you,
was a pump fund.
It was not a pump fund.
You want to bet a Solana on this?
I will.
I'm not
Let's
going to
bet
bet.
on
I'm going to say
Solana.
no. I'm going to say no that WIF was a pump fund.
WIF came out
It
last
feels
year.
like-
Pump fund was
feels
not
like-
last.
Yeah, way before pump fund.
Moodang is the highest market cap on pump fund. Nothing's been
Huh?
listed because I think part of it is they don't have token
Was it?
allocation.
It was? Oh, it wasn't. All right, send me your address. We just got confirmation it wasn't.
No, it's too
I swore it was.
too easy. I have been writing on this all week.
So
no, but
Moodang's
the
the
thing is
highest ever?
with pump fund, they don't have token allocation to give to exchanges. So like
Oh,
I think that's
me
the reason
too.
why we're not seeing like these major exchange listings on pump fund tokens. So like
So
Bitcoin was
Ray, what's
listed
even more
there.
interesting though? What's more interesting though is somebody sold 106, or I think it was 100 or $1.6 million worth, $1.6 million worth, and somebody was buying the entire way down in a brand new fresh wallet for $1 million worth. So, and a lot of people think that was an exchange because they were buying it on the TWAP, so the time-based moving average, whatever it is, time-weighted moving average, and that's usually a sign of an exchange or market maker buying it, and it's a fresh wallet that was buying it down. So some people were saying that it was OKX. Some people were saying it was some exchange buying it. Moodang's on MEXC, which I don't count MEXC really as like a tier 1 exchange because they list everything. But that's like the only quote major exchange. If Upbit, Bybit, Binance, Coinbase list this, any of those four, this will godsend to 500 mil easy. Binance listed it goes to $1 billion. Like no hesitation goes to $1 billion.
Yeah, it feels like it could be one of those tokens that's going to break out this cycle. Like one of the whiff.
You're
of
betting on virality. With meme coins, the only bet you're placing is on virality. If you believe that a token will sustain viral moments, that's the bet. That's all you're betting on. You're not betting on a team. You're not betting on anything else. You're purely betting on virality. And the best part about Moodang, that Moodang fan page Twitter, by the way, is the official Twitter of the token. It's the best Twitter I've ever seen for a token, bar none. Because what? Go up to the top of this. So for those on Twitter, we're looking at the Moodang fan page community, the pinned community mods tweet, that Moodang fan page Twitter. Can you click on that?
Yeah, that one right
It's
there.
at Moodang Soul, the very first tweet that's
Right
pinned at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on the page,
Like just
the
yeah.
actual page. Yeah. So this is hands down the best crypto Twitter page I've ever seen because it doesn't, besides the acknowledge that it's a token. It's purely quote a fan page. So
Yep.
normies, retail, everything else would follow this page to just see Moodang content. Like that is a home run because they're not branding it. If you notice, they're not posting about the ticker. The only way to get to the contract address is through the link tree. They don't put the CA in the bio. It's so well done that this is like an easy onboard for people outside the space.
Also, as well, I kind of agree with you, Easy, that this one could get a listing potentially on Binance, because we just saw like the low cap community Nero, which feels like ages ago, but what was that? Like a week ago, Ray? Maybe they absolutely full sent, maybe a little bit over a week ago.
But it was the ETH Nero.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the crazier part.
So if that can get listed, I don't see why something like this couldn't get listed. So it's interesting to see this sell off here and seeing it consolidate a bit after you're saying it's just basically gone up. And it could be, it could not financial advice, but it could be a good time. And plus you're going to see it. So I feel like you'll have real life footage of what the hippo, like, is it still cute? Has it grown too much? Because as they get older, they get less cute. So I feel like some real-time feedback is also like boots.
I'll be asking
the
people there if they've bought the token. I'll be asking them, have you bought Mudang, the ticker Mudang? We'll be asking the audience. We'll be getting feedback. We're going to be asking.
I want to see the queue.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the most important thing. Is there a line to the hippo? If there's a line to the hippo, it's not over.
I want to go early. There's got to be a line. I want to go early, but the other thing I'm interested in is asking the zookeepers other popular animals at the zoo. That's what I'm most interested in. What other animals are popular here? What are the names? Which ones get the most foot traffic? Which ones are in prime locations for foot traffic? That's what I'm interested in. Some boots on the ground, recognizance mission, real-time feedback.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good approach for sure. Very unique opportunity being in Thailand among the hype for Mudang. I just looked it up. Mudang was born in July. So Mudang is new to the earth for sure. And it's been interesting to watch the meteoric rise. So just recap and breakpoint a little bit now that Easy's here. Easy, what was, like what were some of your highlight moments from our time at Token 2049 and breakpoint, I guess even Tokyo afterwards?
So I got to say Block Asset, we don't work with them. We'd love to work with them. I loved their booth at both. At Token, they were dead center, and they had Darren Till there. Like a well-known UFC fighter, just chumming it up with everybody. Guy was so friendly. I loved that.
We competed against him in the punch contest.
And we both beat him. We both beat him.
He wasn't punch contest about that.
No, he's kind of pissed. So there was that. But I will say their presence was extremely strong. The thing with Token that really surprised me was the pure number of crypto on-ramp applications. So credit card systems where you could actually even off-ramp and on-ramp, like basically bank accounts with crypto, was really interesting. There had to have been 30 plus at Token, different booths, all with varying cards, accounts, etc. globally. So that was a huge thing for Token, was these on-ramps that I saw. And I was like, okay, this is really interesting to me. The thing that I noticed from Breakpoint was everyone's going mobile. Every single person is going mobile. That was like the main thing, from Jupiter to Vector by Tensor to Magic Eden's wallet to like everybody, even what was it called? Jupiter I mentioned. But then like on top of that, they were all just so focused on onboarding people through mobile, realizing mobile is such a much bigger audience. And that's always been a thesis I've had for Solana, was so many people trade from their phone, like purely just trade from their phone and prefer to trade from their phone. It's easier. It's a wider audience. You can do it on Android or iOS. Photo Finish, the first Web3 game that's on the Apple App Store, with real horse gambling using Apple Pay. And I talked to Ian about it, the founder, pretty heavily. That was the thing that caught me the most off guard, I'd say, but made me the most excited, was that. So then on top of that, I would say Tokens on-ramp and off-ramp from cards, and then Breakpoint's big win from mobile were the two things that I was the most excited about from the two. I also want to say this was hands down the best Breakpoint. Centralized location in Singapore, easy to get to, huge setup with a heavy focus on gaming, which I was like, this is awesome. Those things were where I was like, yeah, no, this is a win. This is a win.
Is that why the Crown token ran so much? Those announcements, because this thing went from the Crown token. We're looking at Bullex. It's the token that powers Photo Finish, went from 60 mil to 137 mil over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, so that ran because in the App Store, when you make a purchase with iOS, Apple Pay, whatever you want to use, credit card, you're buying the Crown token. You're not even realizing you're buying it. You're buying their in-game currency to use. So it's basically like any app you play. You're playing Candy Crush. You're buying gems. Like that was how they worded it. So it's such an easy process for people who have no idea that they're using crypto for Photo Finish, and that's just inherent buy pressure now on Crown, which I was like, this is such a no-brainer. And the fact that you guys got approved on the App Store for Apple in North America is insane. Like, this has never been done before. Then on top of it, like, there was so much infrastructure stuff from Wormhole launching multi-second bridging from other chains, and then Securitize, which is the way to tokenize real world assets from BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, Franklin Templeton, and everything else, which Wormhole announced on top of it. So that just shows that there's some awesome stuff happening infrastructure wise. And then you can't sleep on Frankendancer and FireDancer. Like, they were up there and they live showed 1 million transactions per second on mainnet, which is multi-cluster. So for those that aren't like tech savvy, what that means is a globally distributed network. So nodes, you have nodes, which are what confirms transactions in Asia, the US, Canada, Europe, South Africa. And they were able to show 1 million transactions processing per second in real time on the Solana blockchain. I was like, oh man, this is a huge, huge win. Like, that alone was where I was like, this is big. This is big.
Yeah, huge progression from the Solana ecosystem over the past year. I mean, when you think about really, we're still coming off of the kind of low after the FTX debacle just about 2 years ago, still under 2 years ago. So to see, everything kind of developing the way that it is awesome. I was speaking with, someone that has been in crypto for quite a while, and he was talking to me about how jaded he is about the progression of crypto infrastructure. Obviously, I started talking about Bitcoin first, and it kind of put things in perspective for me. He's like, yeah, you're right. Bitcoin really is tracking nicely. Then I started going off about Solana because, after Bitcoin, I'd say, Solana is kind of the area of crypto, if you're, crypto in quotes, that I know the most about because of my exposure to it. And yeah, I mean, like, it's got to be, in my opinion, one of the most interesting, corners of crypto, if not the most interesting. Having said that, I know that crypto is extremely segmented, so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody that's paying close attention to a different corner of crypto has a different opinion. But obviously, Breakpoint was a jam. Really cool to get out there to Asia, to Singapore, despite the jet lag that I'm experiencing now. So we got a Jerome Powell speech happening today. Polymarket has total rate cuts on the year right now as a toss-up between 4 and 5, which would essentially be an additional 2 or 3 rate cuts after the 50 basis point cut that is happening in October. Man, it is cutting season in a huge way. Easy, you're staking your claim. What do you think is going to happen here?
4. It'll be 4. It'll be 4. I know I flip-flopped on the 2 for the first one. I got fudded out of my bags, believing it was 2, and it got all the way down to like 12 cents. And I was still like, yeah, I think it's 2. Then the week before, I was like, it might be 1. I think we get 4 total. I think we got 2, and then it'll be 1-1 for the rest of the year.
So this is 4 total for the year is what this bet is. Am I right about that? What's the headline on this bet, Ray? Let me just see a total number rate. How many Fed rate cuts? Okay, cool. So 100 basis points. So this is the start of a rate cut cycle that many are saying will be a historic rate cut cycle. I think if depending on how the election goes, it absolutely could be. If we go back directionally towards where we went during the COVID debacle 4 years ago, then it will definitely be one for the books. The fact that this 4 is priced in at 38% is pretty wild. Like, that is convincing for sure. It's going to be a juicy one. If you bought a house in the past couple of years, you're probably going to be pretty happy and have the opportunity to refinance. 5 has the edge here. 5's at 40%. This is crazy. The market is aggressive right now. Signal, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, 5 at 40%. I have to say 5 and 4. I would go with 3 before the end of the year. Like, 4 feels pretty aggressive. I don't know. Sometimes I think like when I look at stuff on Polymarket, I'm like, okay, they've obviously got a huge amount of statistical models on this. And, I'm sure they have sort of more, like, their models have more insight than I certainly do. But like, 4 rate cuts before the end of the year going into an election or even 5 actually, because that's pretty high as well. That just feels way too aggressive. And I don't think the Fed is necessarily going to cut so aggressive just because there's an election. I could see them wanting to slow down slow down the economy, of course. But all of that before the end of the year, I mean, they're kind of like using up all their bullets before the new president-elect has even gone in.
You say that? There's 500 points that can be cut. That's the thing.
Okay, so are you
550
saying
before?
Okay, so easy. When you say 4, Are you saying 25 each, or are you saying like what are your
one
numbers?
one cut each. One cut each.
Okay.
Is my guesstimate.
So we'll basically be down 100 basis points by the end of the year, which for me, I mean, that even that still feels too much. I'm going to say 3 by the end of the year. And then I think we'll see probably more continuous rate cuts starting after the election, because I think once we get either the current sitting parties basically able to be like, right, do we continue with our original plan? Do we change direction? You've got that. And then you've got the Republicans who could probably come in and be like, right, we want to rip everything up the Democrats have done, and we just want to go full steam. So I think next year it's like we'll see more of an aggressive run, but I think towards the end of the year, we're going to go with 3.
Yeah, I think I'm more conservative for this year, but I think 4 could totally be on the table. It's pretty wild when you think about it. Like, yeah, I don't know. If you bought a house in the last year, you're probably feeling pretty damn good right now, because you bought it during a slowdown time in real estate aggressively, at least in the United States. You know, where basically the bottom was just volume going down. It wasn't any type of crash in prices, which in my opinion makes sense. And then now you're going to have a chance to just refi casually within 2 or 3 years of buying the house. And if you look at like a refi calculator, if your mortgage is at 6.5%, which was a super normal interest rate over the past year and a half, 2 years. In fact, it could have gotten above 7%. And then you're going to refi into a 4 or less percent environment, 3% or something like that, which is totally on the table. It's totally on the table. That is an insane come up when it comes to how much you're saving on your monthly mortgage. Ray pulling up the calculator. Love to see it. So Ray's doing a $400,000 house here at 7%. That monthly payment's $2,600. And then what is it at 4%?
Where are you getting a $400,000 house is my question, though. Let me know. Like, are we buying property in North Dakota?
Move to Delaware, man. Come on.
I was going to
What
say,
the hell, dude?
not everybody lives
I'm looking at like 1,500 square feet in Miami, and it's like 1.1 million right now. I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on?
It's a major U.S. city. It's a lot of money. So yeah, I mean, with this example, right, you're looking at basically a 20% savings if you're at 4.5%. Ray, give me 3.25 real quick. Give me 3.25 on that. Oh, he's missing it. He can't find the box. Here we go. 17. So you're looking at, you know, almost $1,000 savings on this particular example. If you go up and you look at like $800,000 or $900,000 homes, which a lot of people are used to paying, then you're in a different spot. Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Clemente here, 43 minutes into the show. Clemente, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, guys? Sorry, I wanted to pop in because I saw people were calling out Easy for spreading misinformation. I wanted to make sure and fact check him accordingly, so that doesn't happen again. I apologize to anyone that may have made buys or sells depending on what Easy was saying.
About what?
That WIF was in fact not a pump.fun coin. That was a Michi he was referring to. So Easy, I expected.
Mixed them up. Wrong Ansem shill. Wrong Ansem shill. That's on me, coach. That's my bad. My bad. Mixed up the Ansem shills in real time. I own up to it. That's it happens. I'm glad you're back on East Coast time. We were texting at 4:30 in the morning your time because you got a little bit of jet lag over there, kiddo. How you feeling?
I feel fantastic. I woke up 4:30 a.m. wide awake. I'm like, all right, let's go. It's showtime. I went to the gym, dude. I was getting after it. I was doing some of the PT exercise, getting my back all settled up, dude. Dude, I'm feeling good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling real good.
So you left Miami.
This crash at 3 p.m. is going to be beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's really bad. I got a question though. You left Miami knowing you'd be gone for multiple months. Just left your plants there. No game plan. Just let them die.
Yeah, these things look like shit. I'm gonna be honest. They look real bad. What was it supposed to do? Like, well, there are what are those little balls that you can like shove in them? The ball sticks, so they get water for a couple of weeks. But one of them is I got this fern. That's pretty resilient.
Dude, you left for 3 months. Like, there's no saving these fucking things, dude. You left for a quarter of the year thinking like, holy shit, my plants will be good to go. Just no sunlight, no lights, tucked away in the corner of your apartment. It's got to smell like a cow carcass in there with these dead plants. No oxygen. Like, I don't know what you were thinking, kid.
Yeah, it was bad. I also had no I realized I hadn't paid my Wi-Fi bill for 3 months. So I had like a $400 fee because they were like, dude, if you're not going to pay for it, we need the equipment back. So but I just got my Wi-Fi back. So we're cooking, dude. Let's go.
That's a very I'd argue that's like a 21-year-old thing to do, but definitely a very 25-year-old thing to do. Just abandon all responsibility and go to your parents' house for several months. That's one way to operate for sure. People are commenting on the clothes you bought in Japan. I see you showcasing them here. A lot of corduroy, looking sharp, Clemente.
Yeah, dude. I went to Trader Joe's yesterday with my new fit. I got some of these parachute pants. Signal, I got to show them to you.
Did you buy those beige pants, Clemente? The beige pants with like with the pleats going down?
No, I didn't. Those were like $400. The one that Pio took a video of. I felt phenomenal, but they was like, okay, I can't justify spending $400 on the parachute pants. I got
when your internet's $400. So you're right. You couldn't justify it.
Exactly. But I bought like 4 other pair of parachute pants. I wore them out of Trader Joe's, and they were, I was getting some eyes from girls, guys, even, dude. It was, everyone wanted a slice of this cake yesterday. So I'm very interested in the effect of these pants on my dating life.
Can we see the pants?
Are you wearing them right now?
I want to see them. I want to
right
see them
now.
He's definitely gonna fall.
Oh, this is risky. On the rolly chair.
We like them. Yeah, we like the pants.
Clemente, can you step back and go on the couch so we can get a proper viewing angle?
Yeah, one sec.
Here we go. A little couch view, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if the autofocus. Oh, damn! Look at this guy, looking sharp. Yeah. With the loafers.
Oh, with the moccasins.
Wow.
I like it.
Oh, okay, we got some twerking from Clemente. I didn't expect that on today's show.
Okay.
Very nice.
Clemente's a fashion influencer that we didn't know we needed, but the one that we definitely want. That is how you sell clothes. I love it. Clemente, you're looking sharp. I gotta say, you're looking sharp. You need to leave the United States more. Suits you.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I updated my Hinge profile too, so I'm just swiping up a storm right now. I'm getting all kinds of matches. Business is booming, baby. Let's go.
Very, very nice. Well, speaking of business booming, we gotta. Oh, geez, I misclicked. There we go. We gotta talk a little bit about Meme Coin Monday. If you're in the business of trading meme coins, you're in the right place right now. 2 weeks ago, before we left for Singapore, we picked 3 meme coins each for a medium-term hold, the medium-term hold being the 2 weeks that we were going to be in Asia. So looking at the numbers here, we got 2 losers and 2 winners. The losers, myself and Easy. The winners, Ray and Signal. Ray, go ahead.
I screwed up on the initial math. I had a small little negative symbol in front of one of Easy's coins. He ended up being
I asked how I went from dead last to dead first, and you just completely ignored the question. I was like, something here's not adding up. I know Fwog had a nice pullback, but Mog and dude, come on, man. Like, yeah, come on. I
answered you.
Okay. I already got my 3 picks for this week, by the way. I'm ready.
I thought it was kind of strange when I was first. Even if I didn't look at the numbers, I was like, what? How am I first? And then it was rectified, and the rightful person is number 1. Easy. Come on. I'm not out trading Easy on meme coins. So but what are you at?
You've been in the trenches.
49 plus 49%. That's a huge gap. I'm at like plus 90. But to be honest, I'm happy with these gains because like the chances of me, if I hit a theoretical 100x, I would be very upset. But to have like a theoretical plus 19, I can live with that.
That no chill AVAX sleeper was a great pick on my part. I knew that something on AVAX would heat up. That's the thing. These alt chains have like a couple sleepers. DJ, and I was fudding Ray on it pretty hard, and that ended up sending. Well,
you made
done.
Pio switch to Kobe. Pio would have won.
Yeah.
You told Pio not to take DGen. You said, Pio, do not take DGen. And you switched out to Kobe.
Why? It did really well. How well did it?
DGen did 41% over 2 weeks.
Yeah, 86% swing on that one.
What's been the biggest win besides Mudang across everything?
The biggest win besides Mudang, it may be our dog.
That includes, was there any win in the NFT market at all? Like Remilios or anything like that? Retardio Cousins, anything like that?
No, to be honest, a Mudang NFT dropped for 0.025. 2,800 supply ran to 4 soul.
Pups, Ordinals moved a ton while you guys were out. Almost all the Ordinals moved.
Azuki's been moving while you guys have been away.
Yeah, Captain's up 10%. Azuki, you say it's moving, but they're down 8% over the last 7 days.
Retardios are up 60%. Retardio Cousins after I think it was a big sweep.
Yeah, I saw that. That they bumped up to 22 Solana. That's pretty good. Clemente, do you have NFT exposure right now?
I got some little pudgies. I got a sappy seal, and that's it.
Very nice. Well, look, anyway, back to Meme Coin Monday here. We just went over the results from 2 weeks ago. We got to get BullX pulled up so we can talk about meme coins that we're picking this week. So we're going to pick one. Well, how many picks are we making, Ray?
We'll do 3. If Easy has 3 ready, we'll do 3.
All right, Easy can
I
lead.
got 3.
3, let's go.
Mudang.
Yeah.
I'm buying the Mudang dip here. That's a no-brainer in my opinion.
Yep.
Give me that one. Give me our dog, the retweet dog. I think that goes much higher because I actually like what they're trying to do on socials. Personally, I think that one is going to have some a nice little run up on that. And then for my third one, I'm now second guessing this. I was going to go Crown, but that's not really like a meme coin. It's kind of the tough part. But yeah, give me Mudang, give me our dog because I like the pullback on this. And then I want to buy the Retardio token.
Those feel like good picks. I think everyone's gonna say Mudang. I think if you don't say Mudang, you're kind of out to lunch. You're not. Clemente's not. Well, I'm gonna go Mudang. I'm gonna go Degen because I'm gonna make up for the pick that was withdrawn a couple weeks ago, and then I'm gonna go with this R dog. I like the sound of it. I don't know much about it. I like the sound of it.
It's retweet dog. They're trying to be the most retweeted post on social media. So it's something that even people outside of crypto can get in. And that's the thing that I like is like these narratives are narratives that anybody can participate in regardless of knowing that there's a crypto backing.
Very nice. Clemente, what do you got?
So I'm not going with Mudang. I'm going with Pesto the Penguin as my
beta play.
Beta play on Mudang.
I saw this bitch Pesto. I was like, dude. I was like, this guy's just waddling around. He's not even that adorable. If you're gonna pick a penguin, you got to pick one of the ones with like the blonde haircut or something. Calling him Pesto, why? He ain't Italian. What are we doing?
Yeah, so give me Pesto. I mean, that's at 6 mil. That's an easy buy. I like our dog actually as well. And then for my last one, I'm going Daddy Tate at 92 mil. Give me Daddy Tate. I mean, this thing
is that different than Daddy?
Yeah, this. Oh no, it is Daddy. It is Daddy.
Okay. Daddy.
Yeah, ticker Daddy.
It's a viable pick.
Let's go.
Sig, please.
I'm gonna go Mudang, Mog, and Michi.
Mog. Always.
I like the Michi play. I like the Michi play a lot here.
Yeah. I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to not have negative returns. That's the thing here. You got to you got to keep the bag rolling week to week. Just profit over profit, slowly. That's what I'm going for this week.
20-30% wins week over week is beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right.
Right. Let's go.
So I'm up last. I thought my R dog pick was going to be alpha, so I'm not even going to take it. I'm not going to take Mudang. I'm not going to take R dog because it's just too prevalent here. We're going to go with Epic Duck. We're going to go with My Dog is the Dev, which has been down for a few days now.
I like the Dev play a lot.
And we're going to make a super speculative play here that I don't have much faith long-term, but it's so low and anything can push it. We're going to go with Army on Solana.
I'm always here for Ray's picks, Ray's trades.
I got to ask, why Army? I've got to ask Ray, why Army? What do you know that I don't know? It's such a low
market cap, and I think that like anything can happen with this. Michelle, I just saw Miguel Ribera's thing about Army. Yeah, I don't know. I just like a complete gamble. I think that it's not going to take much to move it. It's a low market cap. I can easily hit a 2x, and we're still under 1 million market cap on this.
Army dog. No, Army at 500K market cap. Yep. Army.
Yep. That's 100%. Crazy. The one that asked Clemente to CTO it.
Yep. 100%.
All right.
Oh, Army, dude. Ray, I mean, I love you, man, but Army dog.
It's not going to go down. It's not going to go down to any much further either. It's not going to go down 75% this week.
Did you see what happened to Kix's token last week, Ray? The pep. What was that one called? The one that belonged to him.
This has already been distributed.
That was I like Ugly's picks here in the chat. Giga, Snoofy, and Moo. Moo had the best meme coin presence at Breakpoint by like 1,000 miles. Mew was the other one. Cat in a Dog's World.
And
that was the other one at Token. They had a full booth with a line. Those two were the two that surprised me the most. Mumu was everywhere with their plushie, and Mew was the one that I was like, oh wow, you guys actually spent a lot of money.
Giga Chad too. Giga Chad had this one guy who was ripped, just walking around like talking shit to people. He talked to Nick, got a picture with him. I think that's gonna, when they post that shit's gonna pump the token. You know, the choose rich effect is gonna really, really get in there. So Giga Chad, very impressive as well.
Clemente, what was your favorite moment from Breakpoint or the time spent in Asia?
Japan was probably when
Japan was sick.
I'd say when Yumi and Nick went out to the Golden Guy, those little mini bars, that was my favorite time in Asia, I will say. It's good.
That was fun. That was fun, Clemente. Are you just saying that because you got to spend time with me and Nick, which you cherish and don't get to do often?
Yeah, and it was a rare, it was just a rare, no content, no having to worry. It was just a good time getting out, exploring it. I was fading the Golden Guy initially, but it was.
Yeah, you were being very annoying about meeting up in Golden Guy. I was like, why won't
he went back a second time?
He did. I went back.
He went back.
I went back a third time, actually. I went on Friday.
Oh, you went solo.
I went Friday with Frisk. Oh. Overrated on a Friday night. It's too saturated. It was just a bunch of dudes. Not ideal.
I think it's definitely the best place to go out based on my extremely limited sample size of doing things in Japan. It was really good. Dude, we ate at this pizza place that you should have gone to. Oh yeah, we invited you to that fucking thing. You didn't come. Yet another Clemente rude moment on the Japan trip. No, it's all good. But that pizza place was crazy. Like, it was bonkers. It's just making me like sad to be back in New York right now because I feel like I have to cook my own food. What's so funny, Sig? What's up?
No, it's just you just got like the holiday, like not you didn't go on holiday, you're working, but you got the post-holiday blues. That's all it is. It will come back. You just need to go get into it, go to your favorite gym, eat your favorite food, which won't taste as good as it normally does. So make your home food, buy some good ingredients, get back in the kitchen. It's just the post blues. It happens. It happens. It's okay.
I guess. I also just feel, dude, Clemente, my jet lag is gnarly. Right.
Pio, I see you every time I'm awake. I go on Twitter and I see like Pio was up an hour before me, like posting.
Dude, 2 nights ago I woke up at like 1:30. That was really bad. That was like fucked up. That's never happened before. Easy, you're muted, buddy.
What time did you go to bed after that? Like when you woke up at 1:30, I'm like terrified to go back to like EST. My body's going to fucking hate me.
Dude, I conked out at 7 p.m. on Saturday. On Saturday, by the way, I come back to a rainy ass New York. It is just aggressive, right? And I was like, I got to do something. I can't stay in this apartment right now because I'm going to fall asleep. Like literally starting at 2 or 3, I'm like, I'm cooked because I'm waking up at 4. Like the morning of, I woke up 3:30 the morning back after going to bed at 10. Got off the plane, hit the sauna, go to bed at 10, being like, there's not going to be jet lag. I just cooked. I've timed this up perfectly. Hit the sauna, went to bed at 10, wake up at 2 or 3. So 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And I'm up from 3. I hit up my friend. I'm like, I got to do something. We go to the brewery over here in Williamsburg because it's raining and it's somewhere I can bring Sapphire inside. You know, she's excited to see me after being gone for so long. We go into the brewery. I see a girl I had a fling with 5 years ago. Right. And I'm just like, oh shit, you know, that's here. That's on, you know, maybe that's on the table. We don't know. At first I act like I didn't see her. I see her looking at me a few times out of the corner of my eyes. She's with some pretty ladies. I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe my buddy can, you know, he can, you know, get in there. We'll see, you know, right? And you can or whatever you do, right? And on the way out, the friends of the girl see Sapphire and they're like, oh my God, like, can I pet your dog? The girl's somewhere else. And they start petting Sapphire. I'm like, oh, be careful. She's vicious. Like, you know, typical lines that I drop. And they're like, yeah, we can tell by her pink bandana, blah, blah, blah. The girl comes over. I'm like, hey, do you remember me? And she's like, yeah, how are you? Do the whole thing. I drop a very cool line on her, right? I just go, hey, you know, same number. Same number. I was like, that's pretty cool, dude. I was like, that's pretty cool to just drop same number like that. I got that from a recent Drewski video that a black guy said. And so it was particularly cool when he said it. And I was like, hey, same number. And she was just like, yeah, definitely the same number, right? Like an hour later after I left, I go to text her. I don't have her number anymore. I don't have her number anymore.
No.
So she didn't hit you up.
Well, I mean, I was like, oh, sorry, it was a question. In the Drewski bit, he's saying same number about himself. When I said to her, I was like, same number. And that was my cool way of confirming a number. But then I realized I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened.
Need the ticker. Who's launching it?
The same number ticker. That dude, Festige says, why does it matter that a black guy said it? Because black guys are cooler than white guys. Oh, were you born yesterday? What? Well, who's cooler, Michael Jordan or Steve Kerr? I'll give you the answer. It's Michael Jordan. Okay.
The answer is Steve Carell.
Yeah. I mean, what are we talking about here? Look at like Paul McCartney versus Nile Rodgers. I'm going with Nile Rodgers, dude. Come on now. He's got cool hair. Come on, man. Cool outfits. What are we talking about? Thought it was Friday. Weighs in on the Drewski bit. The Drewski bit is pretty funny. I
love the same number bit, PO. Maybe she didn't hear like same number, like question mark, same number. It might have just, it could have been an intonation problem. So, you know, she heard it as you're on the same number and she didn't hear it as a question. But I like your delivery and attempt and execution. It just,
I like this
next
one.
time.
Larry Bird or Magic Johnson, what are we talking about here? You have an Indiana guy that bragged about being a trash guy versus Magic Johnson who had sex with everybody in Los Angeles. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with Magic Johnson there over Larry Bird. Larry Bird's maybe never had sex before in his whole life. I don't know. And I'm from Boston, by the way. I'm a Boston fan. Larry Bird's an absolute legend. 2 championships. What are we talking about? Yeah, 3 or 2. 2 or 3 championships. I don't know which one. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, but you know, it's okay. We're going to bounce back. It'll be fine. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. Shout out to BullX, working with us on Meme Coin Monday and all of the meme coin segments, Pump, Vision, Buy, that we rock with on this show. Shout out to everyone that was watching the show with Ray hosting it. Everybody gave glowing reviews of Ray's ability as a host. Makes me super happy. What's up? Cock in a sock?
This is the ticker we bought. I just decided to rug us. So yeah, Ray, I bought this at the same time. We're down a soul.
I pulled off my my auto buy or my auto sell up 75%.
It would have hit, huh? It would have hit.
Which is one of the things that I like.
Never
I
turn off
on the stream because I feel bad rugging on the
systems.
Yeah.
Leave the. Dude, what are you talking about, right? Me and Clemente streamed like 3 times in Japan. That dude was dumping every time you put the ticker on the screen. The audience just got slaughtered by the kid.
Do not bring me into this, Easy, about the meme coin bullshit. Easy is actually the worst person to trade meme coins with. It's like everything you recommend. I'm like, yo, Easy, what about this ticker? He's like, trash, dude. Do you even know how to trade meme coins, bro? Like, trash ticker. And then everything he shows to you, right when he shows it to you, he dumps it. It's absurd. And then he just uses you. So never trading meme coins with Easy. It's like an abuse.
We'll be going live this week on Top or Bottom episode 4 or 5, maybe even 6 at this point. I don't know what episode it is, but we'll be going live this week to run it back. We're going to get Clemente back in the trenches. We're going to be making some sweet cash.
I'm down so much money. From top or bottom. I've lost so much soul.
Top or bottom, dude. Well, you know, you'll get it back. You'll figure it out. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. We do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, available on Apple and Spotify podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. YouTube for the video stream, also on X platform video. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, next week. It's Monday, dude. I'm jet lagged. Thanks for listening, everyone. Ray, you can close out with the song, maybe the AI song that I've been enjoying listening to.